Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me? Okay. So, sorry for last 2 3 days that sessions. There are some issue. Actually, I was traveling, so I'm not able to take yesterday session. So let's cover here whatever component content we can cover ASAP here. So before starting, do we have anything to discuss, or we are good? Lewis, can you ask team to join ASAP so that we can initiate? Meanwhile, I'm opening here CRM environment and I'm sharing my screen. Do it quickly. Meanwhile, you can ask others also so that they also can join. We have to utilize our time here. Okay, so today agenda here is we will cover some of the features like we are having. We are having features mostly related to our cascading behavior and columns, different types. So, do we have anything to discuss like any query, any problem, whatever we are facing while creating different types of fields, different UI level designing, any issue we are facing like to designing any specific form because uh, if you have in real time. So let me share my screen quickly here. Hope it's visible for all. Meanwhile, I'm opening this environment. So this is new trial environment. And the previous one, it was expired. It is showing 28 days left here. But we'll try to, set up everything before expiring this trial environment. So this is our learning as well. So mostly we will discuss here today. So 1 to n to n one relations. Show you how to create those one. Let me create one solution here and we will create an entity and then I will show you how it's look like. Solution. We can select a default publisher here so that our time will be saved. Let's create one table here, the basic table. Maybe that table name here is employee table. Column and data student. If you want to check the different here, uh, the attribute which is related to this table. You can verify here. And it column name. This is text field update. Now few more column we will add here. Suppose father name. This will also we can check. This is a not required field. New column mobile format. Okay, we'll take it as a text only. We will ask for mandatory. New column as here email. We will take here as a email. Employment type. Let me check here choice number. I'm giving you here as a normal field here, not a global option set. Permanent, temporary, contractual. Default value. What is the mean of this default value? If we can select here default value as permanent, temporary, and contract. So if record is created, even if user has not selected this value here anything, it will set that value by default. So if we are setting here none, so it will ask like if what should be the default value here. If we are making this field as required. Required means without filling this information, we cannot save this record value. So I have created this information here. Okay, let's create some more field here. Maybe bank detail here, account number. Account number could be text or number only. Let's create as a text here, and we will create this field as non-mandatory. New column, IFSC code, and we can create here as a number field. And bank name. We can give bank name as a lookup also, but we have to maintain all the banks available in India. But let's not use that feature here, but let's create that field here. I will explain some of the basic BU business rules here based on our requirement today. So account type. Account type means it could be current account, it could be saving account, it could be joint account. So let's create 2 3 types: saving, current, and maybe others we can say. Or I will give you one more here option. Let's do it. And we will create one additional field here, single line of text. Others, bank name. Can you hear me? properly? Okay. Sometimes I'm not able to get, like, is there any network issue or anything, or all well? Okay. We mostly created, you know, good amount of field here. Let's create this table. And now we have to design some of the features here. And also, I will explain you different relationship, but let me show you how to design. Meanwhile, let me switch into the classic part as well. Meanwhile, so let's first let's create, or let's add those fields into the view level. It is taking some time. Why all those view are not showing here? Sometimes the issue related to our internet as well, sometimes issue related to that environment as well. So we have to wait sometimes, we have to do proper hard refresh, and then maybe we can see the proper details. If you are working in Microsoft domain, you have to increase, or you have to, you know, add on some patience level into your behavior, then maybe you can survive here. Otherwise, it's very difficult sometimes. Okay, this is the environment here. Let's expand it. So, meantime, we will utilize two different view here, so that at least we can open and we can define something else as well here parallelly, so that we can save our time. Hope you understand. So here, father name, mobile, email ID, employee type, account, everything we are able to see here in this particular view. Then we are good at the view level. But in the form level, we have to design this particular form. So let's open this particular form. Oh, this form also designed. So here, by default, whatever we have created, those fields are displaying here. But we need to redesign this one, like, suppose, because if I'm opening this one, okay, let's do one more thing quickly. Let's add this particular new employee master into the left navigation bar, into the sales tab. Hope you all aware how to add. I can open that app from app designer, and I can add. Let me showcase one more time. I'm more comfortable in the classic models here. So let me switch to the classic, continue to classic, and then add it to the sitemap. I can add here, like, okay, in new group, can we add here? Or we can add inside this link. Under this link, if we are adding, so we can utilize copy and paste, because we mostly are doing the same thing. Paste down, edit, display, employee master. Okay, now we have renamed this one. Now we have to select here entity and we have to select correct entity name. Employee master. Save and close. Let's save first. Then we will publish it. Otherwise, it will take some time. Publish it. It is publishing. Let me check if I can AI replace the. That's why we have to spend more time here. AI cannot replace actual developers. To utilize AI, we have to utilize, human brains. So if human brain is more, active, if we are comparing with AI, then we cannot. But if we are comparing the types of work, whatever we are doing in our lower version, so yes, most of the task which mostly working by normal human, because let me tell you one thing. If you are thinking like, hey, how we have to survive maybe after 5 year or 10 year, so in early days, suppose if we need to create a button, so to creating a button even in the Java, so we have to write huge code even to write or to display a button. But now in this particular word, it is required. If we can save our developer time, so why we cannot go with that one? So our main concern here is in less time we have to develop and whatever we can automate, we have to do. It is not like suppose if one agent or one person, if we can replace something, so we have to utilize. Like early days, this link is coming here, employee master. Okay, so suppose if let's discuss or let's debate later related to that one. Maybe someday, maybe we can do some questioning, answering here. So here, this UI is not good. We have to do some better optimization here. So let's see the previous current one and the previous one. So the format and UI. Here, formatting should be now one column. Instead of one column, let's use three columns layout. Okay, fine. Now, this section, not tab level three column. We have layout in different tabs. Tab is one column only, but we have to do formatting in the, we have two layout. One is tab. We can do formatting in the tabs level as well as section level. So don't change the layout for the three column layout here in the tab level. Maybe we may required for other purpose, but not here. I will show you the difference here. Now, we have done formatting related to the section only. This is section, journalist section under this tab. So we have two uh, things here. One is tab and one is section. So under section, we are doing formatting for three column layout. Okay, so let's move this one here. Maybe name, father name, and then mobile. Okay, so email ID, employee type. Okay, here employee type. Here account number, IFSC code. and bank number. Okay. So bank name, and suppose I can give you one more option. That's bank name, account type. If account type, okay, IFSC code, bank name, and account type. Is there any other fields we have created here? Employee type, account type is others than this particular field we want to showcase. Okay, so let's save it and then publish it. Then we'll see the difference here in this particular form. And also let's make this field as read only. Here there are certain other property. So I would like to showcase those property here. If I want to change this particular level name, like we have two option here. In the detail level, I can change this owner level name. Here I can change here owner name. So, and there is one more place in this specific view. If someone say, I have 10 forms, I want to re-level it from here. So I can re-level here itself as well. Owner. So in all other place, it will not reflect. It will reflect here only. And there are some other option also here. So we can change some property. Field is read only. Turn off automatically resolution, disable most recent used items in the field. So what is the meaning of this particular option? This particular field, if we can check this particular one. So actually this is especially for the lookup related entity. Lock this field in the form visible by default. So suppose if we want to hide this particular field by default, so we can uncheck this one. Visible by default, it will always show here. But we don't want to give a option like user can edit this field. So we can make this field as read only in the form. Let's see how it's look like. Publish it. So for all the other types fields, we have this flexibility. Now we can refresh it and we can see the difference. Is it published or not? New. Why it is showing like that? Let's clear the cache. How to clear the cache here? Inspect, right click, empty cache and hard refresh. It is taking some time. Here, now you are able to see this. Oh, why it is? Here, let me do publish all. This is the weird issue sometimes we are getting. So, okay, so suppose here my requirement so that you can understand the basic information. So some of the scenario, even one of the uh, class, I have given you one example. So if I need to hide and show some field based on the different condition, so I need to write some logic. Suppose if employee type equal to permanent, so some of the field I need to make visible, make field as mandatory and read only. So if it is permanent, then how many fields we are having? Account number, account number. Maybe we can create some more field, account number, or what else we are having? Bank name, bank name, or account type, or we may have IFSC code. So those fields should be visible by default, mandatory, and what should be the other criteria here? Required and visible by default. Okay, so let's do it. Let me refresh meantime. And also, if it is temporary, let's create one more field. UAN. This is also for account department. We can reduce the maximum length for this field. Whatever is there, publish, still publishing, or is there any network issue? Yeah, here we are able to see UN number. So let's place this field in the form level also. UAN. Sometimes it's very difficult to open it. Where is UN? In the form level, let's open here. Why it is not reflecting here? Changes are not reflecting here, so let's do it here itself. This particular section. Now formatting three column layout. Okay. Name, email ID, this form, other field. Even that UN number is not displaying here in this particular place. In the fields level, let's see here. Let's reload once. Sometimes this is weird. UAN number is showing here, but whenever we are opening the form, UAN number. Some issue in the classic UI level. Fields are not reflecting here. Okay, let's not utilize that field otherwise. Here in the UI, let's create one or two record here and then we'll see. Test or maybe Mohit Kumar and employee type is permanent and mobile number is suppose this one. So we have to change the proper sequence as well here. Sequence is here it is showing IFSC code, here it is showing bank name, others, father name, employee name, bank name, and here this owner. So let's save it. So our requirement here is, first let's discuss that part. Suppose if I want to create some relationship here. So there are some by default relationship are creating. Those relationship are related to, if it is related to system job. System job is a system entity here. It will automatically store some information in the backend level. Employee must master, there are certain by default one to one relationship. Duplicate base record, duplicate matching record, mailbox tracking folder, principal object attribute. So here you can check those types of by default one to n relationship are created. So those are the system generated here relationship. N to one relationship. So N to one be told, like what is the use of those relationship here. N to one we already discussed yesterday. N to one, many to one, exact the same, just view from the child's record here. Many record to one parent, like invoice to tax entity. So in the tax entity, there might be multiple record associated to this invoice. So here N2 one relationship we have to create for, suppose employee master. A user can create a number of record. So here a user, one user can create multiple record. So here we can see multiple. A team, employee master, those record may be associated multiple record to a specific team. So those are the by default system related items here. So I will showcase what is the use of this one end-to-end relationship. Is there any network outage? So if we want to create a relationship between two different record here, so we can create here end-to-end relationship. So we will create three new relationship, then we will see how it looks like. Okay. So one to n relationship. Let's create one to n relationship. So name here, related entity here we can select here. Suppose I want to create one to one relationship between this employee master and account. Searchable, there are certain here or other attribute which we can define here. You can here, what we can say, one to many. So use plural name. Okay, so here even you can display some navigation panels information. You can use plural name, do not display, use custom label. Suppose if I am selecting here custom label, so I can add, I can display here the this label information here. Like instead of uh, employee to account, one to n. Display order. So these are the cascading rules. I will explain you in details what is the mean of this cascading behavior, relationship behavior. What will happen if I have selected here parental? What will happen if I will select here referential? This is very important. Even this cascading behavior. If you can understand this cascading behavior, every interview, most of the interviewer, they are asking about this cascading behavior. So this is very important feature. You should understand if what types of, how many cascading relationship behavior we are having. So we can say parental, referential, restrict delete, or configurable cascading. So what will happen, and when those cascading behavior is required, and when those cascading behavior is here impacting our existing feature. So what will happen, suppose if cascade none here. So suppose if it is a parental, what will happen, cascade all. If restrict delete, what will happen here, if cascading, configurable cascading. So if I want to even customize the default behavior whatever we are having in other three, so even I can here decide like cascade all, cascade active, cascade user on, cascading none. What to shared record, if there are any shared record here, so what to do, how to control with the help of this cascading shared record, unshare record, and even reparent, delete, merge. Do you guys have that information, like what is the meaning of assign, what is the meaning of share, unshare, roll up view, reparent, delete, and merge? If you don't have that information, so maybe you can search all those information from internet, and I will explain you the basic things here related to this assign. What is the meaning of here assigning, assigning of a record, sharing of a record, unshare, roll up view, reparent. Most of the candidate delete, but what is the merge here, merging concept as well. So if you know this particular keyword, then this is good for you, but you should know all those keywords here. What is the meaning of assign? Assign, let's complete this part first. Assigning is nothing. Suppose here I have created one record, so I can see here ownership of that record. So let's add that field here. Yeah. So owner of this record is, suppose here ownership is here Himanshu. So now if it means he is the owner of this specific record, like he has responsibility, either he has to manage every employment detail, any information or any activity related to this employee. So Himanshu is having ownership of this particular record. So owners, with the help of that record ownership, we can control the access control as well. So if this particular user, if we have given record level access at the owner level, so you can see this particular record, and even you, if you have record level edit permission, so you can edit this record because you are the owner of this record. If a person is having BU level record, BU means business unit level record. So if a person, suppose if we have business unit, BU and owner, or business unit, like business unit is a Noida, other business unit is Mumbai. So, and even in Noida, we may have employee one, employee two, employee three, like multiple employee or users. So it is not like you we can give one user to BU level read permission and write permission. Other user may have different work, so we can give this second user business unit level only read permission, not the write permission. So how we are controlling all those security aspect with the help of this ownership. So ownership play a very crucial role to control the accessibility level. Accessibility levels means if one person can edit or modify this record or not. This is the access level concept. So if you have this particular record ownership, there is a impact how you what types of permission you are having. Suppose there is one more user in this particular organization. Himanshu is here. Suppose Rohit is also having another record. So if I want to change the ownership of this record, so maybe this Himanshu can lose the right permission of this particular record. He cannot write or he cannot edit this particular record. He can only view that one because this that person may have read permission of this particular business unit level. So if suppose if I'm going to share this, I'm going to assign this record. Assign means we are transferring the ownership of that record. Now Himanshu is having ownership of this record, but now I'm going to change this particular ownership. Himanshu to maybe Mohit or Rohit, maybe Uday. So we can change the ownership of record. How to change that ownership? So we have a option. We can assign that record. So we can assign that record. So that is called assign level work. So if I'm going to here assign to me, no, I'm not assigning to me because I'm already logged in. I want to change someone else. Maybe I can look for all the users. So if I want to change that into the user level, I can give other user as well the ownership of that record. So I have option here. I can select any users because this is trial environment. We may not have proper user here, so maybe I can select any service account. What is service account? Now I will explain you. I'm here because access to is not yet been fully configured for these users. Okay, so because that other users we cannot give because that configuration level we have not completed. So we can, but similarly if because in this trial environment we don't have more users, so I cannot assign this record, but I can transfer the ownership of that record. That is called assignment. First thing is clear. Now, second terminology comes into the picture, sharing the record. What is the meaning of share? Sharing is nothing without transferring this particular record ownership. We can give sharing option to other user. When this shares comes into the picture, suppose Mohit have 1 month plan leave, maybe in next month. So it is not like if one person is going, he cannot perform any other action. So other person or other team member, they have to, work on behalf of that particular person. So in that case, we can share this particular record to another user, but ownership we will not going to change. What is the impact here? We can even change the ownership of record. Is there any big impact in the system? Yes. So sometimes the ownership play very crucial role. Suppose there is a lead. One person is working on a lead, salesperson. I will give you very frankly or very straightforward here example. A person is creating, a salesperson is working on a lead, like lead 1, L1, L2, L3. So there is a revenue related to that lead. Maybe revenue is here 5 lakh, here 15 lakh, maybe for this particular lead 50 lakh. So the calculation of, revenue or that incentive, it may be totally depend on this particular amount. So if we are going to change this lead, suppose owner is Himanshu, all the owner is Himanshu, and one person working with for this particular lead maybe for 6 months, and maybe sometimes 8 months, 1 year, and now one person is going for vacation for 1 week only, and if we are changing this particular lead ownership, and so that he can follow up, he has to follow up only, like, hey, what is your plan now, can we have a meeting in next week or maybe next month. So now we are sharing, or we are assigning this particular lead to Himanshu to maybe other person. Like we have a salesperson and we can assign that one. So maybe Mr. Deepak we are going to assign. So now all the leads comes into under Deepak. Now what happened? Now the ownership changed, Himanshu to Deepak. Deepak only follow up one day, like he shared one email to this person. He has given one call to this particular person, and the third one he also given one phone call only. But the incentive now, because the ownership changed, so this particular incentive now go to the this particular person, and now they will fight. Why you have my lead? Because this particular calculation will, this person completely work on these particular items. So that ownership we will not change. So in that case, what we have to do, even the ownership is with Himanshu, but their colleague, they can follow up, they can work for some time. So what we can do, we have a option, we can share those particular leads with Deepak with specific, criteria. Criteria means, suppose if I am going to share this record, so here there is a share option. I can share this particular information with my team members. Maybe here any other record we have. Yes, suppose I'm not able to share that one because we don't have proper setting here. Maybe I can select this one and I can give the proper permission, like you can read this repo information, you can write that particular record, you can delete. So are we okay to share this delete permission? It totally up to us only, because we have the all the information here. We can share that record, he can read that record, he can write that record, he can delete that record, and even he can perform some other action like append and append to, and even he can transfer that particular lead to other user as well. So are we going to give that level of permission? It's up to us. So instead of changing the ownership, we can share a record with specific permission, different level of privilege we can give. So what will happen in that case? So there is no confusion like who actually worked in this particular one. Maybe we can unshare this particular lead. Maybe if one person is coming, back to work after maybe 1 month, 1 week. So maybe he shared for this that particular record for 1 month or 1 week. So he can unshare that particular lead to other person. So we have that option. Now you understand assign, share, and unshare, roll up view, reparent, delete, merge. So reparent means we have a parent-child relationship. So reparenting also we can do here. And roll up view. Roll up is parent and child relationship. We are calculating some information between parent and child record. I will give you more insight related to those items whenever we are working closely for those items. Delete, you understand, we can completely delete that record from database. Merge. Now what is the meaning of merge? Merge comes into the picture when we have a option like we have created duplicate record. Duplicate record means, suppose I have seen, like I have created one lead with same person. Same person means name is same. Name is here Sunil Kumar. Email ID, mobile number also here same. Suppose this is the one. But there are certain information, certain activity they have done. Suppose L2 also created with the same name. We are not sure how they have created, because duplicate detection we have to manage here, but not sure if they have not maintained that duplicate detection. But because some of the activity they have done under this particular L1, some of the activity they have done under this particular lead. Even we cannot delete those items because there is one option like we can do cleanup activity. Hey, why you are maintaining those? It's very confusing. Like we cannot create the complete insight like if we have some another option. So how to resolve those particular issue when we have some duplication? So we can merge those two records into one, so that we can identify or we can have proper data under our database. So that activity we need to perform, we can do merging of two different or other records into one to do the cleanup activity. So those level of information we can do in the relationship level. We are going on very depth level actually here. So let's see if we have created that record. Okay, I will tell you the different level of information related to the behavior, types of behavior, but now we are creating that record. One to many relationship we have created. We have created this relationship employee master and account entity. Now let's create one more relationship, two more relationship actually, and then we can close for the day. We'll start from here tomorrow. So here, which particular this relationship we have created. Even we can create one. We can see one more field here in the form level. We can place that one. Okay, let's create one more relationship here. N to one. Previously 1 to n, and now here. So now option here is primary entity here is changed. Earlier here primary entity was employee master, and we have selected here different. So here I'm going to select contact entity, not account, so that there is no confusion. Case contact. Okay, so suppose one to many, many to one, many to one, many to one, many to one. Use plural name. I'm not changing anything. We can create this one. Now we have created one to many. one to many for account, employee master and account, and many to one, uh, here contact to employee master, and now we are going to create one more new relationship. These are the configuration that we are doing. So here we can, so case here, suppose account contact, maybe case entity, we can select here. So we are going to create this. How it will looks like in the UI level, what is the use here, that I can show you maybe by tomorrow. It is creating the relationship. I am creating the calculated field. This field automatically locked. Yes, you cannot edit that one. What is the entity ownership? If I'm selecting user level, what happen if I'm selecting whole organization? In this case, what happen to the entity ownership? I even we already discussed the ownership of the record. Suppose there are some, we have requirement. If we are creating some master related master related data, like there is no difference between, we are not hiding some data. Suppose masters like country level information. Sometimes some static value we are populating. Suppose product master, suppose state master, country, this city master. So we are creating those information as a organization. So we either we have two option even to give the opportunity, like either one user can see that record. So if we are creating a entity as user or teams wise, so we can even showcase data based on the user level, BU level, parent-child relationship level or organization level. But even if we are creating a entity like ownership at organization level, so we have a option, either you can show that particular whole data or you can hide the entire data. So even we already discussed this particular point. Maybe you can go to the previous session and maybe you have more clarity. Maybe when we are discussing all those security related permissions or security related items, then maybe we can cover one more time. What happened? Why it is taking more time? Tomorrow what we will cover, I will show, I will create subgrid related to this end-to-end relationship, and what one to many relationship, and there is a lookup for that specific one relationship, and I will show you how it looks like. It will take some time, and maybe we are able to see that newly created relationship under this particular section. Then we will try to add some information in the UI level, and I will show you one of the XRM toolbox, and we will connect to the Dataverse and how it's looks like in the backend. I can show you that level of information as well. So now onwards are sessions are more interested, more interactive, and let's utilize this time and let's increase our skill set, and maybe we can share some information here, and maybe we can utilize this time to enhance each other's skills. Understood? It's taking some more time, but let's wait for maybe couple of seconds. Any suggestion, anything that we can cover here more? This is the time we have to spend more time. Even it is not like only we have seen this session and we are good, we understand everything, and this is the only scope that we can utilize here. And there are some person, they are continuously watching this particular session, so hopefully they understand. If they have any doubt, if they are facing any issue while you know implementing anything, just let me know. Maybe we will try to cover that one in next session. So maybe once it will publish, maybe we can discuss from here by tomorrow. Let's wrap up this session now, because maybe I'm not sure how much time it will take, but it may take maybe couple of minutes and then we are good. Maybe I will show you how it looks like in the UI maybe tomorrow, and then we can wrap up here. Thank you everyone. Thanks a lot.